MMA DNA. I'm here with Julio Arce, who I call Mr. Trifecta. Julio, how are you doing, my man?
Yeah, man, chilling. Actually, just finished a hard training session with the team.
Awesome. And yeah, of course, preparing for in 2 weeks, man. You got this big fight coming up on the UFC Fight Night Rochester card in New York.
Yeah,
You're familiar with New York. You live in New York. So, first of all, how far is this event center from your place where you live?
it's actually like a 5-hour drive. It's not that bad. I don't mind. I don't. Yeah, I like when I have to fight. Kind of close to home, so it's good.
It's great always when you Americans say
Yeah.
5 hour drive is close because if you're 5 hour drive, you're out the country. So yeah, that's you're fighting Julian Erosa on that card.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, first of all, how is training camp going? And yeah, of course, what do you expect from this fight, man?
So one, it's gonna be another exciting fight as always is. I'm looking to come out with my hand raised in victory. Come back from my last fight in at the Garden, which was another crazy fight in itself. But training's going great. I was preparing. I've been staying. You know me. Every time we talk, just staying. I'm always staying ready, keeping myself in shape. I don't like to get out of shape because, like you see, fights. Sometimes you're expecting to fight at a certain time, and then they're like, no, you're gonna fight in a month, or you're gonna fight in 2 months, or you might fight next week. Who knows? So just always staying ready.
Yeah, man, do I hear fighters are jealous of you when they are right before the weight cut and you're just eating there and they are like weight cutting is crazy. Is it true?
Yeah, yeah. Look, I moved up for a reason,
Yeah,
and like I used to fight at 35, and the drop was getting too hard. It was killing my body.
yeah.
So then what did I do? I started like I one, I don't have to cut weight. Two, I've been doing a lot of strength and conditioning. So give a shout out to Coach Campbell, who's been helping me fill out because it's not just about moving up a weight class. You have to kind of fill out to be a 45er because those guys are also big. So I didn't want to be like the skinny guy and the small guy in there. So I had to implement that along with my everyday training to kind of start filling out and be a 45er.
Yeah, definitely. And you have some quality 45ers to train with along, so it will be
Yeah.
good. Um, yeah, of course. What do you think of your fight with Julian Erosa? It's on the prelims, the fourth prelim on the card. How do you see it going? Of course, you see it going your way, but how do you see it going your way?
He's very tall. He's 6'1".
Yeah,
So it's going to be a lot of, it's going to be a very close range fight, and it's going to be very technical. I like to keep, the fight pace going. Keep it technical on the feet. If it goes down to the ground, we'll go down to the ground, and just like wherever the fight goes, whatever happens, happens. But I'm going to come out with, my hand raised in victory.
yeah, and that's in 2 weeks. But actually, I heard you
Mm-hmm.
were actually supposed to fight on the Saturday's card in Ottawa alongside your combat MMA brother Shane Burgos. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So when my teammate Shane got the call, he's fighting Cub Swanson, which is a huge fight for him, and I'm so happy for him, and I can't wait to see him fight on Saturday. I was also offered a fight against Gavin Tucker, and then of course, I was ready to sign the contracts, but I think from what I heard, he was injured, so then the fight didn't happen. So like things happen. I was excited, then right away, like they told me, I was like, oh man, it's like now I gotta wait. But then I got to fight alongside my other teammate, Mike Trezano, who's fighting the same night as I am. So it's good. Like look, things happen for a reason. This fight was supposed to happen, didn't happen. So oh well. What can you do? On to the next one. Maybe I'll meet him later on in the future. So who knows?
Yeah, definitely, man. You also tried to get on that was on the Philadelphia on the Philly card or on the Florida card, Miami, Florida card was it the Fort
I was trying
Lauderdale?
to get in the Florida card.
Yeah, sorry, the
Yeah,
Fort Lauderdale one. Yeah, but that didn't
yeah,
happen for.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, still a good fight. Let's go back to your last fight. I know maybe not the most fun one to talk about, but it was a close fight, I think. How did you saw that fight going, and what are your thoughts about it?
You know what? All I know is that in that fight, I left it all in there. Whether I would have gotten the win, well, Shaman got the win. Doesn't matter. Like I went in there and I left it all in there. Look, it was bloody. Got dropped. I almost had a choke. We're going back and forth. I mean, it was an exciting fight. If I didn't leave anything in there, if I didn't give him my best in that fight, then I would be like, I don't want to talk about it because I didn't really perform. But I left it all in there. So that was, that was there. I left everything I could in that cage. I left a part of me in that cage in the garden. So
Definitely, man.
that's it.
I saw many people saying, and I agree with that as well. There wasn't a loser in that fight. That was a great fight.
Yeah,
It was a great fight for the fans, and it was awesome to watch. The Mr. Trifecta nickname, it comes from you did boxing, MMA, and you did kickboxing in the garden, at the garden. So that's why you're Mr. Trifecta. So that's explained now, right now. Um, have you heard about the UFC going to Uruguay, Montevideo in August, and that with that in mind, going to another South American country, Colombia? When do we gonna see it, man? Because I know you're stoked for that as well.
yeah. Look, I'm happy that they're starting to spread out. And there's, like I saw, there's one of the female Colombian fighters who's now she's in the UFC.
Yeah,
So it's good because I want it to spread out over there too because there's a lot of talent there that it hasn't been kind of tapped into. Like if they're starting to come out more and more and more, but I feel like if at least you go there, you give them a chance to perform and go showcase what they got. So like they're going to Uruguay, they're going. I hope they go to Colombia, which will be awesome. So it's pretty cool. So I can't wait. I'm really stoked about it. Hopefully I fight. They bring it to Colombia. I get to fight in that card.
yeah, you should be, I guess, man. would
Hey,
would
who knows?
would be the first MMA fight pro for you outside the country, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, I fought in Vegas for the contender series, but
No, I mean outside
like
the
first
country.
UFC fight. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be yeah, yeah. It'll be. Oh my God, yeah.
exactly. Like you said before, your teammate Mike Trezano is also on that card. He's fighting, I think, 2 or 3 fights later against Grant Dawson. What do you expect from him, man? Because he had some solid wins so far in the UFC. He's the Ultimate Fighter winner, 2 split decisions, where I think he deservedly won those 2 fights. But yeah, what do you think about his fight against Grant Dawson?
Well, Mike's been preparing like crazy. Of course, I've been on in the training room with him nonstop. So expect to see big things from Mike. He's excited because he was a former 45er. He moved up just to do the Ultimate Fighter, to his chance to get in. But now look, he's looking like a mean ass wolf. That's it.
I can't wait to see it, man. Just let people also know you're also an instructor at Tiger Schulman's. Where do you give your lessons?
So I teach out of my school. It's in Bayside, Queens, New York, and I teach at Tiger Showman's. I'm there every single day. So usually I train in the morning, come back, I teach from 2 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night. So anybody who wants to train, in the Queens area, come on down. Let me know.
Definitely, man. Awesome. Uh, Julio, I want to thank you for this interview, man. It's always really fun to talk to you. So yeah, thanks for taking the time. And if you have any sponsors, shout outs, or whatever you want to say, take your time right now. Do it right now, man.
Yeah, so one, I want to thank you for having me on this interview. I want to give a shout out to my teammate Shane Burgos. I can't wait to watch him perform and come out on top this Saturday in Ottawa. Huge fight for him. I want to give a shout out to my team. Look, Tiger Showman has always been there, going on to 17 years of starting with them, and they bring me to this level. So I can never thank him enough. My manager, MMA lawyer, NutriBio, providing me the supplements I need. GG Clean Treats, it's like these delicious treats for after train because I have a sweet tooth. So they're like protein treats, so they're delicious. Counter Strike MMA, run by Dr. Frank Benedetto, who he's been teaching us a lot about injury prevention. Even though we're training hard, how to be able to just stay healthy even through a fight camp and not get hurt. Also, just of course, to my strength and conditioning coach Adrian Campbell, who's been helping me fill out as a 45 and gain some new levels to my training. So I can never thank him enough, and it's always there for me.